Welcome, everyone, to There Goes My Money, a Radio Free Cybertron podcast, episode number 7, recorded on Monday, May 11th, 2015. This week we have Brian Kilby and
Hey.
Chris, aka XV.
So you'll be really intimidated this week with both of us here.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'm sick, so I'm only like 70% Brian.
This week I just hope that I actually go through the slides at the right time, and if I can do that, it's a win. So, real quick, just wanted to talk about Radio Free Cybertron as a podcast network, because, I don't know, maybe you're listening to this show and you've never listened to Radio Free Cybertron before. Probably not, but there's a chance. We have a number of other podcasts, so Radio Free Cybertron as a podcasting network is the main place you need to go for Transformers news and talk. And
I would agree with that. Yeah, what he said.
Okay.
Yeah.
it's something we don't do enough, or at least I don't do enough of, is talk about the other, the other content we have. So definitely, like us on Facebook, and subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Twitter. Every place is different, but connect with us and we'll
connect with you.
Be in the loop. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all that I talk about, so like I don't have to actually do anything else other than talk about the other shows. It's pretty amazing.
Connect with us and we'll transform your day into an adventure.
Yes.
And speaking of transforming stuff,
ooh, nice.
I'm gonna cough. I'm sorry.
This week, the first item, and I always like to start off with official products first, and this is a good one to start off with. It's MP26 Masterpiece Road Rage, and its MSRP, or listed price, is $74.99 with a estimated release date of late October.
Just go ahead and pre-order this one.
Yeah. I mean, it's an official masterpiece. I'm definitely pre-ordering it. I have to.
This one is pretty heavily retooled too, so I wonder if Takara went the route that they do with some of the deluxe toys and have extra pieces like on the sprues when it's molded, or if this is just a completely new mold.
Based on that they have that process in hand, I'm actually more surprised they haven't leveraged that before now, beyond like alternate heads.
It's great. I'm really impressed with it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care about getting tracks at all, but this looks so nice.
Yeah.
That red they put on that is just pretty.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know, Road Rage is a female character.
Yeah.
And I agree with you guys. This was known at Takara from the beginning, because I mean, Trax isn't even out yet. They already have that. We're already seeing photos of this, so obviously this was the plan from the beginning.
Yeah.
And
probably.
Road Rage comes with a little twin cast.
Yay, twin cast.
And as the other people, what is that silver thing? Is that a stand?
Okay, so no. So for the flying car mode, Trax will have a little gun barrel that can fit on the front end, because that was a thing that happened in the cartoon at least one time. And this just has the same piece because it shares accessories except for Raoul.
Aw.
I know they should have just made like they should have made a character that was a repainted Raoul. Call him, Harvey or something.
Yeah, that would have been great. Add some like fiction.
Or like make him a Nebulan character.
Actually, yeah, I could deal with some more.
Well, okay, I
more
mean, look at
Nebulans.
it this way. Like, when the Road Rage character was created, it was, I think, a 2-pack with Crosscut, which was the recolor reissue skids.
Mm-hmm.
And Crosscut's thing was being an ambassador. Road Rage is his bodyguard. So I mean, it's not a far leap that, okay, so Road Rage has like an alien contact somewhere.
Yeah, maybe a battle beast.
Ooh.
I want battle beast.
Yeah, repaint Raoul as a battle beast.
Yes.
Yes. I don't think that would work.
So, Chris, are you gonna pre-order this or?
I very well might. This looks really nice.
I already
Also,
have.
I've always had a soft spot for Corvettes, so little extra appeal there too.
I agree with that. I had a '98 red Corvette, so I'll definitely be picking up this figure.
The 70s, early 80s ones are so much nicer though.
Did you blast the Prince song wherever you went?
No,
You should
no.
have.
I didn't even know who Prince was probably when I had that car.
Okay.
So on to the next item. Next on the
Diecast
list.
range of life experiences is so weird.
Next on the list, we have Fans Toys FT07 Stomp, which of course is not Masterpiece Sludge, and it's got a MSRP of $199.99 and estimated release date, which very estimated, especially with Fans Toys, because they always get pushed back. But they do produce nice quality, so I don't mind it getting pushed back. But this has an estimated release date of December 2015.
So diecast, you weren't aware of Prince in the late 90s, but do you remember Stomp being a thing?
Yeah, stop being yeah, because that was always on TV. You
Yeah.
know.
That's what this makes me think of for obvious reasons.
I like that it has the little bulging eyes from Transformers the movie.
So with that, I want to see somebody get this and have Titan Devastator and take the picture, the obvious picture, punching him in the back and making the eyes bug out.
I will definitely do
Justify-
that.
Justify this piece's existence.
I would say if you've already bought the others, you're going to get this.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, since I haven't, I'm not.
Yeah, basically the same for me.
I like Sludge, and I'm glad that I own the original toy. But
Did you break it?
no. But I have no desire to get this. I would consider maybe getting the rest of the Fans Project Dinobots, but this is really nice, and after seeing the first couple in person, they're much nicer than I would have expected. But and I still wonder what's going to happen when they get to Grimlock.
Well, it's the
It's
next
gonna
one after this, so
Maybe that's what
Lightyear
happened.
style upsize bootleg.
Maybe that's what happened to all of the ones at Toys R Us. They just bought them up and they're going to repackage them.
no,
With
I have
platform
faith
shoes.
in Fans Toys. If there's one third-party company right now I have faith in, it's Fans Toys.
No, I mean, the stuff they're doing looks really nice. I just do not personally have an interest in Dinobots in this style.
I, I I love the Masterpiece style. I say it all the time. If there was one style I would have to stick to, it would be that. And the engineering on this guy looks very similar to Sever, which I had a test shot of,
Mhm.
and that figure was awesome. So I think this figure is going to be awesome too. And you can all that like I said, the transformation is similar, but it's still different. The tail's going to fold inside the legs, and then the foot is going to collapse inside itself and be on the outside of the leg, which is actually cartoon accurate. So I think they're doing a good job with these.
It's interesting.
like-
Go ahead.
The process to get there is probably going to be really interesting to see executed in hand when people start getting these. Because, I mean, it's making a really clean, smooth look on this, and it's hard to, wrap my head around the mechanics of how, the pass-throughs and stuff are going to work to make it look like this.
I'm sure it's not pertinent to the final toy, but if you look at the photo, the inside of the right leg, it looks like it's been blurred in Photoshop.
Yep.
I wonder why that is.
I think they want to leave some stuff to, to be revealed later, and, so
Like the
people
inside
get
of the right
excited
leg.
about it. Yeah. I
mean,
mean,
there's-
the tail's going to
there's-
be in there. We know that.
There's definitely a thing in third-party collecting where people are interested in the toys for the engineering, and they want to preserve, like the little tricks and innovations for when they actually get the toy in hand. And I think some of the third party companies are understanding that and actually like.
So the third party companies are protecting their own IP. That's interesting.
I'm taking it more as the third party companies are helping to rein in spoilers more than protecting their IP.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that.
Like so that the buying audience does not learn about this before they decide they want to.
So I would almost take it that they're worried about other third party companies swooping in and taking their own engineering. Okay, that's a great idea. And then instead of releasing a toy in December of 2015, they released something in August 2015 or September 2015.
It could be a little bit of that too.
I mean, I could see that. It's just like, the people I've seen talking who are really, they can get really adamant about, don't tell me how this works. I want to experience it for the first time when I get it. And, marketing that way, when you're doing something really interesting with how you make the toy transform, and you understand there's people that don't want to know ahead of time, I could see like obscuring some details so you can get the general idea but leave the details to be learned in hand.
Okay.
So Chris, this is going to be a pass for you, right?
Oh yeah.
I'm definitely on board with this, and like Brian said, I have the other ones, so it's kind of a must to complete the set. And yeah, I'm excited about it, but it's also probably not going to be out till 2016, so there's a lot of.
You never know.
Yeah. So next we have a figure that's already out, but it's sold out. The first run is sold out. So this is X-transbots Apollyon, not Masterpiece Megatron, and the second run, which has a price increase of $15 and is now at $164.99, and it's an estimated release date of June.
That's kind of a shame. I felt like the 149 was like a really good spot for it to settle into.
What are people thinking about Apollyon now that it's actually in the hands of folks?
I don't know. It's not in my hands yet. It's still.
I've heard good things.
I've heard mixed reviews on it.
It sure looks nice.
Yeah, like what I'm hearing is like some of the engineering, there's like little swing arms and stuff that could be a little bit bigger and thicker, but for the most part, it doesn't really have like fundamental problems. It doesn't feel like it's going to fall apart. It's not Masterpiece Megatron. That's an important one, by the way.
It looks so much better to me than Hegemon did. So,
well, Hegemon wasn't even supposed to be like Masterpiece grade anyway.
Well, I mean, it's still supposed to be like the best G1-ish Megatron that we'd received thus far.
It was, and it was,
and it just doesn't look right to me. And this looks much better. It looks more like Megatron.
This looks good.
It looks fantastic.
Yeah. I think there's still a little bit of the plastic quality and tolerance quality that we've come to expect from X-transbots and KFC. So that kind of worries me a bit. But their price point was always a little bit cheaper. Now that the price is starting to increase, I don't know if this can compete. This figure will compete because it's a Megatron and it looks great, and a lot of people, want that type of figure.
Mm-hmm.
But with there are other figures going forward, if it's not a Megatron, I don't think it's going to do as well if there's still the amount of quality issues that I'm seeing for this particular figure.
So a thought just occurred to me. I don't know that I would want to own a Megatron that I would be uncomfortable pulling its trigger. So with this Megatron, if I didn't feel comfortable pulling its trigger in gun mode, I would pass. And if there are plastic tolerance issues, or if that's not metal, or if there's no mechanism inside for it to fire with, I don't know that I would want it.
I think it's supposed to have like a little clicky deal in the trigger.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I believe that's what I've heard.
I'm gonna pick this figure up, but this may be my last figure from them.
Like two things. Like first, maybe the $15 price increase is a result of, they got the first run, they got samples from that and decided, let's get a few things changed. That led to a price increase a little bit. So, maybe from the second run onward, it'll be a little bit, tighter tolerances and material quality. The other thing, it may be the price it is because to get this transformation, to turn this robot into an actual gun-looking gun, requires a greater level of complexity. So, more parts, more assembly time, more development costs, it all contributes to having this high price point.
Mayhap so.
Yeah, apparently the second run is supposed to be exactly the same as the first run, but I don't know that I necessarily believe that because X-transbots and KFC have a history of fixing stuff on the second run and not really telling anyone. Like Transistor, they did it with the little hi-fi guy. His legs and arms were black plastic painted white, and the paint was just coming off along with Transistor's paint was coming off, and they changed that to where the hi-fi had actually white plastic for his arms and legs, and Transistor had a head wobble apparently, and they fixed that on the second run too. So there is a difference.
Yeah, I mean, like they could say that the second run is exactly the same, and mean like in terms of what comes with it, and like the parts that are assembled to make this toy, they're all the same, but maybe they're put together a little bit differently,
Yeah.
or there's been a change in how the materials are chosen for this. It's like it's a lot of marketing language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And from someone who couldn't even successfully change their brand name, I don't know how much of that I trust.
I'd almost feel more comfortable ordering the second run of this figure than the
I
first
would
run based
too.
on their track history.
I would too. And sometimes the second run is where a company gets a complete turnaround. That happened with Mastermind. Like their first figure was terrible when it came out. They did a second run in a different color scheme. It was great, and they have done good stuff ever since. It just sometimes it takes that one really bad mistake, and that's when things turn around. It may be a little late for that with X-transbots, but you never know. Anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and go on. This is a pass for me
Yeah.
because as great as it looks, the price is just a little bit too high.
Yeah. It's a pass. I'm gonna skip it.
Yeah, I'm like I said, this is my I'm getting this figure. It's the last, but it may be the last KFC or X-transbots figure I get.
I'm gonna hold out for a masterpiece that will hopefully eventually come out.
I hope so.
It has to eventually. I mean, they need something big for next year.
Galvatron, I think. I almost think they'll do
I
Galvatron before.
wish. I, because like if they did that, we finally have a good Galvatron toy. Finally.
Yeah. Next on the list we have X2 Toys upgrade kit for Combiner Wars Megatron. This is another upgrade kit, and this one has this one has the turret and the legs to make it more G1 Megatron legs, if that makes any sense. And the gun barrel to clip on his back.
Yeah, so what I'm basically seeing here is they made boots for this to thicken the legs up and, make the treads not so obvious. Also add ankle tilt, because that matters to some people, and clip a gun barrel to his back. And while this integrates better than the other upgrade kit in tank mode, I'm still not really... It's not solving the actual problems the toy has, I don't think.
Well, it is at an MSRP of $54.99, so
Really?
it's more, yeah, it's more than the actual toy cost in the store.
Really?
I had to look this company up because I had no idea who X2 Toys was.
I recognize the name. They haven't done a lot of stuff, but it's all been in the vein of like upgrade stuff. Like
This
I
one-
think the most complicated thing they did was to make a transforming gun for Metroplex.
So Don started a third-party company a couple weeks ago. I thought this was it. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, they actually did Rotor and Furlough. That was their first figures that they did. But they also did the upgrade kits for the Generations, um, Hoist
Hoist
and
Trailbreaker.
Trailbreaker. So they've been doing some upgrade kits, but God, $54.99 is just a lot for a figure I only paid, $45 for.
What are
Yeah.
Rotor and Furlough?
Um, they're the two little red and orange guys.
Oh, the Autobot clones.
Yeah.
Pounds
So-
and Wing.
So if you don't like Combiner Wars Megatron, a $55 upgrade kit is not going to make you like Combiner Wars Megatron.
No, and like, even if you don't like it, and on the chance that an upgrade kit's gonna help you, probably the other one is a little bit better overall. I
Yeah.
feel like.
I like it better.
Like I said, the tank mode integration is a little bit nicer on this. I mean, it more like, put more weapons on there instead of having shoes on top that you can sit little figures in, just because there's a hole there that they fit. Otherwise, I mean, and this base mode they've come up with too is very superfluous, as most base modes are.
It's interesting.
It kind of reminds me of the artillery mode they invented for Cloud Shockwave,
Oh,
which
God.
just looks like anybody using it is doing bad things to a purple whirl.
I've got a bad image in my head now.
Good.
So
My work is done.
I guess we're all passing on this.
Oh yes.
Yeah, very much so.
Considering I haven't even taken my G1 Combiner Wars Megatron out of the box, I don't think I need an upgrade kit for it.
I finally saw one of those in person today too, in a store.
That's
so
rare.
Far, so far, I've only seen either Empty Spaces or Armada.
Oh,
Please tell me you saw Armada in the same store too.
Well, yeah, there was one of
Okay.
each.
Okay. But yeah, that's gonna be out in July too, just in case anyone wants to pick that up. And the next on the list is that these two items I'm very excited about. Unique Toys O-04 Siegfried,
Hmm.
and he's listed at $134.99 with a estimated release date of June.
honestly, it just looks like Hunger with more detail. I mean, he's not a bad figure.
Yeah, Hunger
Anyway.
upscaled. Yeah.
I mean, he's a pretty competent figure still, and this doesn't really add anything to it. It's not bad looking. It's just I don't feel that I need it,
Well, you do if you're gonna make an Orden.
Yeah.
but I'm not.
No, I'm just saying though, like that's kind of the point you're at.
Yeah, I mean, I have the other three, so that's why I'm excited about this, and I feel like it's going to be a great combiner. But I totally get what you're saying about this looking like an upscale version of Finrar.
So this is 04. We already have photos of 05. 05 looks like it's fully painted. Is this fully painted?
This is not. It does not look fully painted, and this is supposed to come out before 5. This is supposed to come out in June.
I mean, Hunger should have more red in general than this, right?
I mean, it's not far off, but like the head specifically is, it's in bad need of paint. Like, paint the head, and actually, it's pretty passable.
Well, I mean, the animal mode needs more detailing too.
Like eyes.
honestly.
Yeah. So yeah,
Well, not just eyes, but yeah, that's a good starting point.
I hope this is not the final painted.
I would be really surprised if it was, because it's so out of sorts visually compared to the rest of them.
Yeah. So I'm definitely getting this. I'm already 3 figures deep. So and I kind of like the fact that I'm actually going to get the center bot before, as not the last figure.
Yeah, it seems like a weird choice to me, honestly. Either start with the core or finish with the core. Don't put it in the middle. I mean, do put it in the middle, but don't release it.
Well, did Mastermind on their Feral Rex do, 2 legs and then the center and then the arms?
I don't know.
Probably.
Which, that would have been cool too. So
I'm just of the mind, like, when you're releasing a combiner, either set it up where you start with the middle so you can start piecing it together immediately when the first limb comes out, or wait till the end so that you don't have half a combiner built while you're waiting for more.
As long as the end isn't like 5 years later.
Well, yeah. Like, FunPub did that time.
Yeah, or I was even thinking of the throttle bots.
oh
Well,
yeah,
yeah. Yeah.
that's probably one of the
But-
best
but-
examples of dragging a combiner out.
But Throttle Kaiser has so many problems besides its release schedule.
Yeah.
And then, as Brian, so you guys are both passing on this figure.
Yeah, I mean, Orden's something, maybe down the road I will pick up as a set, but, like, right now, piecemeal, it's all passing.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait
I do
for.
want to get Troll, though. I mean, I would
Yeah.
like to have a nice blot.
Yeah, having Troll would be great, but hopefully Hasbro will do an Abominus. So
I would love that. Abominus and, Piranha King.
Yeah.
Piranacon.
Or God Neptune.
Getting that in King Poseidon.
I just
mixed
want
up together.
Or
to.
King
I just want a
Poseidon.
Computron first.
We might be getting that. Anyway,
I've got a perfectly good Creo Computron. I don't know what you're talking about.
And as Brian said, next on the list is the Unique Toys O-05 Hagen.
we'll go with
Hagen.
that.
It was
Hagen.
either Hagen or Hagen, and it's at a price of $94.99 with an estimated release date of July.
I hate to say this, but I look at these pictures and it looks like a Legends toy, and I can't get the 94 something to really work in my head.
Yeah, I'm almost wondering if they released this figure last because this is the weakest figure out of the bunch, and they figured they'll put him at the end because people are going to buy him because they got all 4 already.
Maybe I think Cutthroat's probably the least popular of the Terracons anyway. He's kind of he's not the most visually boring, but he's like the one everybody forgets about because he's like a buzzard or something.
I mean, robot mode's not bad. It's just that,
It's really basic looking. That's the problem.
yeah. And it makes a nice arm. It does look like it makes a decent arm for Orden, so that's at least good.
I guess. Like I said, I just look at this and I can't help thinking, hey, it's a Legends toy. Wait, it's not?
I mean, I'm sure in person it'll be those. I just wish there was something they would have did with that upper torso, in beast mode or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I mean, actually, it kind of looks kind of like a G1 toy in that respect. Honestly, in the sense that it's literally just a torso with some arms hidden. It's actually not far off.
Yeah, I mean, like, unlike Hunger, it doesn't really work here to just, update the G1 toy. You kind of need to. They need to do something different with this.
Yeah, they needed to reimagine it to an extent.
Yeah.
Be
like,
bold about it.
Troll is not just G1 blot with elbows.
And Troll has the hopes and dreams of like a whole generation of fans behind him. Like Cutthroat doesn't, so yeah, I'm passing on this, of course.
Yeah.
Well, I can't have an Orden run around with one arm, so I think I'm gonna have to.
Buy another Troll.
Yeah,
Are they
Troll's a
interchangeable?
leg.
Are they? Oh, are they not? Are they not? Full
Interchangeable?
scramble.
No, they're not. They're not.
Oh, that's quite a bit different then.
Yeah.
I'm all disillusioned now.
I'm trying to think of the other one's name. The shark. And I could have 2 sharks, but that would look kind of odd.
Was that? That wasn't Fenrir. That was
No, that's the other yellow one.
Arbrock,
Ah, that's right.
Albrecht.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's so hard to remember these third-party names.
Yeah, that's why I don't.
Although, in the same respect, for me, it's kind of hard to remember the Hasbro names for the
It's hard.
combiner figures.
It's hard enough to remember the Hasbro and Takara name. Remembering like 5 unofficial variants, yeah, it's not worth my effort.
They're
When
gonna
you
have
get to
to
something
come
like
out.
when you get to the Dinobots or something where there is literally 5 different unofficial versions, yeah, that's where I kind of fall off at remembering what anything's named.
Someone's gonna have to, do like a spreadsheet and cross-reference everything for us to be able to know, like, 5 years down the line. So yeah, I'm picking it up. I'm picking it up. So that's all we have this week on There Goes My Money. Thank you, Chris and Brian, for being on, and thanks everyone for listening. Make sure you check us out live on Wednesdays at 8:30 Eastern Central Time for Radio Free Cybertron, the full complete show.